are here at this music. It's motivation.
Oh, there you go.
Yep.
There you go.
Thank you, everyone there. Here's a talk to me. Hello.
We'll start here in the front with Dwayne.
Looks like you're doing a lot of documentation here. Wanting to get everything captured on video. Just maybe this moment for you and getting back in the league. You made this choice to do that, and then having this opportunity here in Phoenix.
Yeah, so I've been, I have a YouTube page, active on social media, so I started it so I can look back at it. When you retire and you finish, I know players who've mentioned being able to look back at things in life, and now I'll be able to do that in the future with my children. If I'm lucky, grandchildren, I can show them what I was doing. I know that's something that not to be like, sappy, but like my mother, I wasn't old enough to like have memories of her parents, and I know that's something my mother like wishes I did have memories. So in this way, at least there's footage of what I was doing. And to answer your other question, I'm extremely happy to be back here. It took a lot of hard work, a lot of belief, a lot of early mornings and late nights, and extremely happy to be here for Media Day in NBA.
Why was this the right time? Because you obviously had success overseas, a lot of success, because you could have easily stayed there and stayed on that program. Why is this the right time for you to get back into this situation and making another run in the league?
Because in this job field of professional sports, your time is limited of what you can do. And what better time to leave than after the season I had? I mean, we had the Triple Crown. We won almost every trophy you could win. One of the best seasons that club's ever had. So what a better time than to leave on a high note. And coming here is just another challenge. Last year I had the theme for my season and myself was challenge accepted, accept the challenges that were presented. And then here's an even bigger one. And it's more of a, coming back here is more of a thank you to all the people in my life that worked when I was in junior high school, who were rebounding for me, my parents, my mother who would drive me at 6 a.m. to the gym. My mother would pick me up at 9 after I went back to the gym. My stepfather who worked 14 hours so I could have money for AAU on the weekends to try to get a scholarship. To all my friends that would rebound for me when we would shoot from a spot. I always tell this story with one of my best friends in life, Tori. He was older than me. He would rebound for me, and we'd say, make 10. And it would take like 40 shots to make 10 shots. And he would do that for me when we were in junior high and in high school, and he came to college. And it's more of a thank you for them because they were doing all of this stuff to help me achieve a dream. And now I can give them the satisfaction that everything they did wasn't in vain.
Stay on the left with Espa.
The first is to myself, proving that I can do this. This is growing up as a kid in America, and if you pursue basketball, playing in the NBA is the ultimate goal. It's the dream that you have, and to be able to do that, prove to myself all the work that I do, that I'm capable of doing it. And then also I found that when our basketball hero said that they found success and motivation in the comments and the hate from other people. Last year I really buried myself in that, and it proved to be very fruitful. So I know that there's a lot of stuff that I've seen about my ability or my capabilities to come here and contribute, and that's also a very big source of motivation.
Stay on the left with Kellen.
Nigel, Kellen Olson, Arizona Sports. Nice to meet you. Welcome to the Valley. I told Frank Kaminsky this when he came to town. I'm not sure if I'm the first person to tell you this, but as an Arizona Wildcat fan, my whole life, you broke my heart back-to-back years. It's going to take some getting over, as it did with Frank. I wanted to bring up Frank. Just curious if he reached out to you or not. He's a beloved guy around here.
So Frank and I definitely have reached out. I've been to his house a couple of times. I've met his newborn. I just saw him actually at Book's golf charity event yesterday, was that maybe? And yeah, he's great. He's been very instrumental in helping me situate myself and orientate myself around in Phoenix in terms of places to live, where to eat, and people to reach out to if I need help with anything.
I'm not sure how much you'll agree with this, but if you took a silhouette out and compared the player we saw you were in college compared to the guy that you were overseas for the last 2 years, pretty different style of play. Do you agree with that? How much has your game changed, and how much physically have you changed since us fans over here in the States last saw you?
Extremely different. I think 180 is an applicable term for it, and that's a testament to myself, something I'm proud of, to be able to grow my game and to be able to change and to be able to be in a position to ask that question of how much has your game changed. And it's changed drastically. I mean, leaving college, not known as a shooter, not known as someone looked on as a scorer, and a year ago most people don't know that because they don't know EuroLeague basketball, but there's a record for the most points in the game, and I'm the record holder with 50, so I'm the first one to score 50 in a game, and in that game I made 9 threes, so to go from leaving college and first year in the NBA, if you will, not being known as a shooter, to now have this attached to my name as a testament of the hard work and the people around me, so I'm extremely proud of it.
Physically, because it was constant, more like a mid-post guy, so did you develop your body differently with how regular-based you are?
Yeah, just body changes, diet changes, just work changes. The way I worked changed. The people I met helped me work differently. Been able to view life in the game from a different lens. And one of the most important things I've learned being overseas is the power of perspective. And the perspective in the way I've worked and the way I've gone through life has changed, and that helped me be a better man and basketball player. And now I'm fortunate enough to be here.
We'll a few more, starting in the back left with Brendan.
Brendan now, Sons on SI. Nigel, playing for Team USA last year, what was that experience like, and what did you learn about Book during that time?
Learn about Book, you said?
Yeah.
This time period is the greatest time period of my life, and if I talk about it too long, I'll cry because it's the happiest I've ever been in my life. And I'm thankful, eternally grateful for my agent for allowing that moment to take place, but it was the best 3 weeks I've ever had in my entire life. And I think it was instrumental, pivotal for the season I had last year, and for me to be able to get back here, I was able to be just like an annoying fly on the wall. I was just walking around asking everyone, what do you eat in the morning? How do you put your socks on? Which sock do you put on first? What time do you get to the gym? Do you use an alarm clock? What color is the alarm clock? And just to figure out why these 12 great individuals at basketball, what makes them great, and then see what they do, see the way they work before and after practice, during practice. And with as far as Buck, I spent the most time, you will, with Bam, but just seeing Book around, of course, it was all friendly and cordial. Now we're teammates, we'll have more time to, spend together and get to know one another. But obviously his talent speaks for itself, and just to watch, again, like I said, just watching everyone, the way they come in, the way they work. For example, with KD, I just watched, he comes in and he shoots probably 100 shots before he even puts his shoes on, so just to see the way everyone does stuff, and then to see the way Book works, see the way he shoots, see his shooting routines afterwards, just watching what guys do, it was a tremendous, tremendous experience.
Is there a piece of advice or an example that sticks with you that you know now has you a better basketball player than you were?
Delusional confidence is the greatest thing I've ever learned. I learned that last year, and I saw that with Anthony Edwards. He is the walking embodiment of delusional confidence, and obviously it works. Tremendous player, tremendous talent, and I know the way it manifests itself is when he asked the question, they have to play with me, and everyone laughed. And he was dead serious. And I think that right there is when you say things and you believe things, and the room laughs, either because they're uncomfortable or they laugh because they think you're joking, I think you're in a good spot. So watching him do that and literally mean that and play with those guys that he looked up to, Kevin Durant's his favorite player of all time. So to play with him and to tell your favorite player of all time, no, he's got to play with me. And he means it. I think that's something that we can take, not just in basketball, but just in life, period.
Is that something you're jealous of, thinking back when you were a young player, maybe you missed a couple of shots and you lost that confidence, or you were just having a bad day outside of basketball and weren't as confident because of
Absolutely. I just gave an interview to Arizona Family, and that's the one thing I would tell the younger Nigel is delusional confidence, I think, would take you a long way in this life, whatever avenue of life you want to do. I think having that will set you up to avoid doubt in yourself. It will set you up from making bad decisions. It will set you up from feeling too high or too low about yourself. It will set you up to not worry about when things go wrong, because they do go wrong, but with that, it'll keep you on track.
We can kick it over to the right with two final questions. Eric?
Hey, Nigel. Eric Ruby, PHNX Sports. Nice to talk to you again. When we had you on a couple of weeks ago, you mentioned that you were talking with Coach Ott about a play over in EuroLeague to help with Devin Booker getting blitzed, and he was going to go try to find it that night. Did he ever find that play and talk to you about it? And have you had any more interactions with Jordan Ott about schemes and how you're going to fit into this offense?
I'm sure he's found it. We haven't talked about it. He actually texted me another play from Finner when we were running a lot of screens, and he was making a joke that he hadn't seen that many screens since Wisconsin days. But he's very, as I said, he's very dialed in terms of X's and O's, in terms of basketball culture and identity. He knows the organization he wants to run from top to bottom. He knows the way he wants to play, and starting with obviously our leader, Book, and then trickling down to, the last guy, the chef, the staff, the equipment manager, everyone, like we all buy into that identity. As Giannis talked about in one of those interviews, once we can get the whole organization top to bottom to buy in, that's when you can do really good things.
Win with Dana on the right.
Dana Scott, Arizona Republic. Nigel, Dana, welcome. I'm just wondering if, I know it was a long time ago, 2017, the second round when in Wisconsin, you led them to knock off the defending champs then, Villanova. Like, what did that moment do for your career at that moment? And do you feel like, is it that long ago, or do you feel like it's something that you can still discuss with Colin, even though he was coming into Villanova the following season?
No, I don't really think much about it, honestly, anymore. Of course, when people bring it up, I'm glad I came on the right side of it. It's a moment that was had. The university loved the fans. Those who support Nigel in Wisconsin, they loved it. But yeah, I remember, I don't know, maybe it was The Sopranos I was watching, and I think I've taken this idea from it, but one of the, I don't know to misquote it, but easiest, laziest, lowest forms of communication is memories and going back into the past. And once I saw that, I kind of I don't like reminiscing on things like that anymore, because it was what it was, and that's exactly where it is. And going forward, every day is something new. So take what came from that, which is the moment that it had, winning, and what it takes to win big games. But as far as bringing it up to Colin, that's something I would never bring up to him. He hasn't said anything to me about it. And the focus now is, I'm here in Phoenix. I'm coming from Europe. I'm coming from a place and position where I would say not much would be or is expected of me in terms of contributing. So my focus is, how hard can I work every day? And what can I do to try to help the team?
All right. Thanks, Nigel.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, Nigel.
Appreciate you, sir.
Thanks for being here, man. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Do it. All right, we'll have Isaiah Livers up next. We'll start with...